Well, I'm attorney Demario Solomon Simmons, and along with attorney Jeff Black, we have the pleasure and the honor to represent Brent Mack's family, his beautiful children who are missing their father, his widow, his wife, and his brother Troy, Franklin, and also with me is Garland Pruitt, who is the Oklahoma City NAACP president. Obviously, we are very, very excited that Mr. Triplett is where he should be and where he always should have been. I think what you're going to see, what you saw here, was a man who had an opportunity to get privilege. He was given a bond based upon a privilege of who he was. And yet he's so arrogant, he couldn't even adhere to those rules because he believes he can do anything and get away with it. He believed he could kill Mr. Mack because he thought he was a nobody. He thought he didn't have a family and a community that loved him, and he could get away with it. And I'm so proud of the DA Thomas for what she did and how strong and passionate she put this case forward. And we want to thank the Guthrie Police Department for taking the concerns of this family, these children and his brother, who was pushing to find Mr. Mack, to go the extra mile, to find the video, and to find Mr. Mack. Mr. Triplett shot Mr. Mack in cold blood in the back, and then he buried him. He buried him in the exact grave that he had Mr. Mack dig himself. That is heinous. That is evil. He is a menace to society. He should never, ever have been out. And lastly, before you hear from the children, as a civil rights attorney, we fight every day to make sure that that statement above the United States Supreme Court that says equal justice under the law happens for everyone. When situations like this, where there is privilege before Mr. Triplett, it makes our job harder. So I'm hoping that the judge and all judges moving forward will treat everyone equal under the law, because equality under the law would say Mr. Triplett would have never have received a bond for the heinous murder that he did of Brent Mack. With that, Brendan.
If you want to put your phone in front of me, quick.
Well, I'm Brent Mack. I'm my dad's youngest son. I'm happy today. You know, I know I'm not showing too much emotion, but I'm happy today. This man is off the streets. He should have been on the damn streets in the first place. He shouldn't have. They gave him bail for whatever reason. But, you know, we got a small W to get to the big one today. You know, Daniel Triplett's behind bars where he should have been. I don't know. I was filled with emotion today. I don't know what I was going to do when I saw him. But I'm not a dummy, obviously, in court. So, Kemaku, everything's fine. The whole family's fine. We're good. We are happy that he's behind bars. And all I can say is God have mercy on his soul. Because he's going to get everything that's coming to him. And more. And it's that simple. Thank you.
Well, I'm Terrell Mack, and again, I can show emotions. I'm pretty happy of what happened today here in court. I told y'all in my previous interview that I wouldn't rest. We wouldn't rest until justice was served, and we're here. Now let's keep it going. Let's keep the ball bouncing and get all the justice that we deserve. Not only for his kids, his wife, but for my dad. Because this is something that we never expected for him to actually have to go through, let alone us. We never seen this coming. This caught everybody involved by surprise. That's all I got.
Anything? You don't have to.
I just want to say thank you to Detective Mark Bruner, the whole detective squad, the OSBI, our lawyers, my uncle, my brothers. This has been a very trying time, but I'm grateful for the outcome today, and really I hope he dies there. Thank you.
Y'all say something. So, what a day. A lot of emotions were running in the courtroom on my drive up. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I am very, very happy. I want to thank the council for coming up, and I want to thank the judge for doing the right thing. She did the right thing today, and I also want to thank the the district attorney. What a great job she did today, and I'm so proud now that justice is being served. So, and I had to watch him walk away. So, I'm happy.
Mr. Simonson. Yeah.
Today is a day in which justice was reigned. Too often, we as a people and people in general have a tendency to see justice abused, misused, and taken advantage of. This family was blessed today. Now, let us hope, pray, and consider the rest of the system working in a manner which it should. He was guilty. He's still guilty. He will always be guilty. In any kind of way you dice that, he needs to be exactly where he's at. Yes, sir. That's what justice is all about. You do the crime, you do the time. It's that simple. Thank you.
Mr. Solomon Simmons, I have a question just about how you phrased something earlier. You were saying that that Mr. Triplett had a privilege when it comes to this bond. Can you explain why do you use that word? Why do you call that privilege?
I'll explain it very clearly. If Mr. Triplett was a black man who had shot a white man in the back and buried that white man 18 feet down below a septic tank, and then lied to the white man's family for over a month, lied to the police for over a month, you tell me if that black man would have been out and given bond. We know that's an absolute no. We have to speak clearly to what happens in this country. What happened in this courtroom back in December was a travesty of justice. Mr. Triplett should not have been out. Now, let's be clear, and I've told my clients this, I'm not a big guy that loves to see pretrial detainees put in jail. But in this situation where you have what we understand is video evidence of Mr. Mack working in the hole, and then we have ballistic evidence that he shot in the back and buried in that same hole, I think it's very clear who did this. And if the tables were turned, there's no way Brent Mack would have been able to get out on a pay $50,000 and get out of jail. No way.
Are you preparing any civil action against Logan County or authorities as related to this case at this time?
At this time, we are totally focused on getting the justice for Mr. Mack. And let me be clear about what that means. The real justice for Mr. Mack is that he would not have been shot and killed. That's the real justice. So what we're really trying to get is accountability to make sure that people understand when you do this, you will be held accountable. And so for her to let him out on bond, it lessens the degree that people feel held accountable. If they can get away with this. This is not 2022, it's 1822. You can kill a black man, you can bury a black man, and you can go eat waffles. Well, today, D.A. Thomas made it clear that that is not the standard, at least here in Guthrie, Oklahoma. And we appreciate her standing strong for the law, and this family's gonna stand strong. So we're focused right now on the criminal justice system. And then we'll focus on whatever civil justice, but criminal justice is first and foremost in our mind today. It's not about money. It's about Brent Mack and this Mack family.
Don't you feel most of the people wanted no bail? In this case, it was one judge's decision, but didn't you feel like everyone in the community, all the law enforcement, district attorney's office, they wanted no bond at the beginning, but it was one person's decision?
Absolutely. I mean, we see about a bank. I mean, here's a lady who said in her testimony that she's been working at the bank for 21 years. So she has a relationship with Mr. Triplett. Yet she saw the gravity of his crime so bad that when he came through, she said, "No, I can't allow this." The judge may have not done her job, but I'm going to do my job. And that's what we all must do as citizens. We all have a responsibility to uphold this Constitution and our union to make it more perfect.